It's their fourth winter in this camp in northeastern Syria. Here, 200 French children have been rounded up with several dozens of other European minors. The living conditions are rough. All these children have or had jihadi parents.
It's better in France. This is just a camp. It's tough. It's cold.
What do you want?
I want to go back to my grandparents. I have a room there. I want to live there.
What can you remember about Paris?
I remember going to play with my grandfather in the park.
Over the past 2 years, France has repatriated 35 children. Priority goes to orphans and those in fragile health. It's a slow but cautious process due to concerns over the children's upbringing and whether they could pose a threat to the country. The Kurdish authorities who control the camp have allowed us to film sewing and hairdressing lessons, a way of keeping girls busy and a step away from the strict rules they lived by before the fall of the Islamic State group. This 14-year-old is counting the days until she's allowed to leave.
You're not free. You can't leave the camp. It's like being in prison. It's tiring. When you spent almost 4 years here and you see other children leaving, you wonder when it will be your turn. Personally, I do not feel like I'm a danger to others. I haven't done anything. We didn't do anything. I don't know why people are afraid of us. But if leaving means being separated from my family while my mum's put in prison, then I don't want that.
Fearing they're still radicalised, France has barred mothers from returning. When we last gained access to a camp 2 years ago, most mothers didn't want to be separated from their children. This time we bumped into Emily Konig, a former jihadi recruiter. This video shows her handling a gun, propaganda for the group. She eventually let her 3 children return to France. They went home in January.
It's not a fun choice to make. If I was only thinking about myself, I would have kept them here with me. But if I think about what's best for them, then I send them back. My youngest one has breathing issues. I can't keep her here in these conditions. My son will be starting year 2 in September.
But France is worried that your children may be brainwashed.
Brainwashed? How? My son is crazy about Dragon Ball Z. He sings all the songs from cartoons. If he was brainwashed, he wouldn't be singing cartoon songs.
This other mother allowed her children to go back a year and a half ago.
I know they're attending school. My daughter is doing very, very well. They get on well with their foster families. They really like the person taking care of them. I don't see why they should be in prison with me. I was the one who decided to come here. They shouldn't be paying for it too.
Humanitarian organisations and several MPs are calling for children to be repatriated with their mothers. They say they're concerned about the children's well-being and don't want them to develop any desires for revenge. And while the UN says France can't shy away from the responsibilities it holds towards French children, authorities will for now be sticking to repatriations on a case-by-case basis.